Now, if I were to tell you that there was a regular season game where the Oklahoma City Thunder finished with just 106 points and their best player, gilgeous-alexander, has an off shooting night, finishing with just 18 points, shooting 2 of 10 from the three, 7 of 20 overall, and only getting to the free throw line 2 times, and also the other best offensive shot creator on the team, Jalen Williams, also didn't have the best offensive outputting. You would think that the Oklahoma City Thunder struggled in that ball game, but in fact, it was the complete opposite. Despite those things happening, it was a very dominant performance by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And what I'm referring to is their most recent game, which came at home against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs, and they put on a show. And coming into this game, they were heavy favorites. The spread on the game, I would believe it was like 13.5 points or 14 points. And if the spread is that big, that means that like the team is just super crazy favorites to win the ball game. And that's just how dominant that the Oklahoma City Thunder have been this season. And the San Antonio Spurs, despite their record from last season, they finished the year really strong. And then the additions that they made this offseason, despite their record so far, the San Antonio Spurs are a really great, a really talented ball club. So this performance was, in my opinion, ultra impressive and ultra dominant by the Oklahoma City Thunder. But that's been nothing new so far this season, as they look this way all season long. And I watched all 4 Oklahoma City Thunder games, and I think it's safe for me to say that this is not the same team from last year. And I think it's so crazy for me to say that because the team from last year was really good. Like watching them last year with my eyes, they look like a really damn good ball club, and I was surprised to see them go home in the second round. But looking at them this year, I think they're even better. I think they're a lot better than what they were last season, and my biggest reason for saying that is what they've been able to do so far this season on the defensive side of the ball. And watching these guys defensively so far this season, and I know it's just been 4 games, but it's all we have to go off of right now, and I'm really enjoying talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder. But the way that they've been playing defense these first 4 games have been really, really refreshing because they've been very physical, they've been very fearless, and they've been very, very disciplined. But what makes them so special on the defensive side of the ball, I think you got to start with their chemistry. Their chemistry is off the charts, and we see why they do it. They do a lot of things together on and off the court. We see them do the post-game interviews together as a team, which is really cool. And one of you guys let me know down in the comment section that Chet Holmgren was the player to start this for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he did it when he started playing, when he started making his summer league debut. So I think that's a really great thing that the Oklahoma City Thunder have, because now we see Lou Dort getting after he had a fantastic game, we see him getting interviewed by ESPN after the game, where he got asked some personal questions because Chet Holmgren, he brought the whole team over there with him during the interview. So I thought that was really special. So I really think things like that help their chemistry on the court, and we can see it when they're rotating and when they're helping the helper. They do a really good job of having each other's back. So I think their chemistry is off the charts. And then we just look at their personnel. The offseason additions that they were able to get, and you guys know what I'm talking about, bringing in Alex Caruso when you already have someone like Lou Dort, and it seems like guys like Jalen Williams and gilgeous-alexander have gotten even better. Same thing, Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort, these guys have gotten even better on the defensive side of the basketball. It's just a great recipe for success for Coach Mark and the Oklahoma City Thunder, and that's what we've been seeing so far. We've been seeing them be able to be so flexible on the defensive side of the ball, and they can throw so many different schemes and so many different looks at you. We've seen them go into the zone for a couple of possessions. My favorite thing that they do is when the opposing team's best player, best scorer, best ball handler, they have the ball and they go in double team, and they create so much trouble off of these double teams because they're so fast, they're so athletic, and they do a great job of getting in the passing lanes and causing turnovers. And mean, looking at them at these first 4 games, they've been turning the ball over at an insanely high rate. First game against the Denver Nuggets, 9 steals. Next game, I believe they play the Chicago Bulls. They get 15 steals. And then the Atlanta Hawks, they get 12 steals. And then last night against the San Antonio Spurs, they get 18 steals. And to put that into perspective of how crazy that is, to do that by a team that's being led by Greg Popovich and Chris Paul, two of the smartest basketball minds in basketball history, to have them that frazzled, that frantic, and that puzzled in half court settings, I think it's a testament to how good these guys are on the defensive side of the ball. But the San Antonio Spurs, they ended up with 22 turnovers on the game, and 18 of them were steals by the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they were just in those guys' pockets all night long. And then also how they created so many turnovers from last night. Last night's game was the coverage that they were showing Victor Wembanyama, and I think they did a fantastic job of defending him. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't watch too many San Antonio Spurs games, but I watch a lot of Houston Rockets games, and that's the only other team that I saw guard Wembanyama the way that I saw the Oklahoma City Thunder cover him last night, and that was just showing him their best perimeter defender, because Victor Wembanyama, he was catching it on the outside a lot last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and every time he got it on the outside, it was either Lou Dort on him, it was either Jalen Williams on him, it was either Alex Caruso on him, or it was Wiggins on him, and them guys was making it very hard for him when he was out on the perimeter to put the basketball on the floor. Every time he put the basketball on the floor, it was just for 1 or 2 dribbles, and he had to pick it up and give it up, and a lot of those led to turnovers, and a lot of those just led to some really bad half-court sets for the San Antonio Spurs. So I thought it was just a defensive mastermind of a performance by the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we talked about this during the intro of the video, that gilgeous-alexander and Jalen Williams, they didn't have the best offensive outing from the field as far as their scoring goes, and this entire game, the Oklahoma City Thunder were comfortably winning this game. And there was a few times where the San Antonio Spurs, they did hit some shots and make it seem like they were about to make it a ball game, but they could never fully knock down the door. So this was just another comfortable win for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we're watching this team that has so much offensive firepower through these first 4 games. We haven't seen that firepower that we know that they're capable of, although they did get a little hot from three-point land last night. They knocked down 17 threes. I believe Lou Dort had about 5 or 6 of them. So they are about to start heating the things up when it comes to shooting a 3-point shot. But this team is nowhere near as good as they can be on the offensive side of the ball, and I think that is truly terrifying. So that's what I'm looking at with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I said they're not the same team from last year, but they do have some things in common with the team from last year. Once again, this year, coming into this season, the Oklahoma City Thunder are once again the youngest team in the NBA, so they have that going for them again. But other than that, and that team from last year was very special. They're gonna go. They went down in the history books. But I think this team, I could see this team honestly with the way that they're playing defense and how great we know they are, how capable. And we know how capable they could be on the offensive side of the ball. I could see them going on like a 15-game, 20-game winning streak. They could be one of those teams that if they get really hot, they're going to be really hard to beat. But that's what I want to talk about with you guys today. The Oklahoma City Thunder, what they're able to do on the defensive side of the ball has been truly remarkable so far this season. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and then subscribe. Subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man. And that's curtains.